So, we are finally here. Day 1 of the GS off-road tour from Lorne to Merimbula. And we are all excited and ready to go. So, let's do it! We're leaving the mantra in Lorne on a beautiful sunny morning. On the tour, we're using a corner marker system, so the first person behind the lead rider will stay at the corner, indicating to the rest of the group which way to go, and when the sweep rider is coming up, they collect the corner marker and send him off to follow the rest of the group.
Renovating the lawn here.
The Pacific Hotel is a well-known landmark here in Lorne.
No, Campbell 140, so about 54. I came out for Campbell.
Leaving from Lorne, you're experiencing the most spectacular part of the Great Ocean Road in my view. stop at the lights gave us a chance to get the group together again, even though we found out later that some didn't make it through that first set of lights. Speeding cameras are a feature along the Great Ocean Road.
Doesn't do much good from the front though.
And then it was my first turn at being corner marker. It gives me a good opportunity to take some footage of the rest of the group though. As such, I didn't mind being cornerman and was cornerman on quite a number of occasions throughout the tour.
Come on, come on.
And then we hit the dirt the first time on the tour. Given it was rather wet the previous few days, I was rather cautious on my first experience on the dirt here. And it always pays off to do a quick tape check when you finally decide to overtake.
Nope.
It can also be distracting having such a nice scenery next to you. Look at the clouds still hanging in the forest here on the left. Riding into the rising sun could be a challenge as well. scenery was quite varied here, which was amazing. You were in the rainforest at one stage and out in the open country farmland on the next. Soon enough, we got to our first regroup, which were about an hour or 100 kilometers away from each other, whatever came first.
Oh, I hate that green lichen on the road.
Yeah, all the sun in the corners.
I'd rather have dirt than that.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you come up and you go, oh, yeah, oh, there's a tight corner. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, I know. And you know exactly that green stuff is everywhere.
We then continued on to Turton's Track, a road that connects from the Apollo Bay Forest Road to Beach Forest. It's a very narrow and windy road, and believe it or not, no matter what the weather is like, it's always damp or wet. On the weekends, you have to be very careful of tourists coming through here because they'll tend to cut corners. On weekdays, you have to be careful of trucks coming through though, because the log trucks will be on this road to get timber out of the close by forestations. Coming out of the forest, you have a good view to what is known as the Western Volcanic Plains, here still covered in a layer of fog. A quick regroup and morning tea at Lavers Hill. But soon enough we were off again on the dirt towards the 12 Apostles. As before, the road wound its way through forests and open farmland. Despite being later in the morning, it was still quite foggy in some patches. Jess on corner marking duties. The leaders had really hammered it into us, stay on the left, and this is the reason why.
Come on.
Erx was often finding a spot to take some pics of the group.
crossing. A real Animal Crossing.
Then a forced regroup due to some animals crossing. Brett had warned us in Labour's Hill that there was a section which was a bit slippery.
With a bit of moss on some orange clay. Yeah. There's a bit of moss on some orange clay up here. This is the super clay I was talking about.
Hey, Brett.
A bit slow. It can just catch you out. It's got moss on orange clay.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
You go first.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Alright.
I'll be the dummy.
That wobble wasn't on the clayey mossy bit though. The cars weren't used to have motorbikes coming through.
Down there as well. Beautiful. All the riders going through here.
I think this was the bit Bretto was referring to. Wasn't too bad at the end.
Going a little bit faster now, and I had a bit of a water before coming around the corner. Not too bad, luckily. Oops. Is that classified as a river crossing? I don't think so.
Another quick regroup, and the decision was made not to stop at the 12 Apostles. Everybody had seen them before. And here we got a glimpse of some of the structures and the new platform that was built as a viewing platform for the tourists. Shortly after, we arrived in Port Campbell, where we would have our lunch.
So, we're arriving at Port Campbell, having made the decision not to stop at the 12 Apostles.
This was our first fuel stop since we had left Lorne. And after a quick bite to eat, we were off again, heading towards the Grampians. And it was my duty to be cornerman again. The benefit of being cornerman so shortly after lunch was, of course, that the group was still fairly close together. And there were Craig, our sweep, and Colin in the truck.
Here we have our first glimpses of the Grampian. It's been a bit boring getting up here. It's just not a lot in between Port Campbell and Campbell, where the Grampian sort of starts. Yeah. Now it's getting a bit closer to the hills again. Look at the red color of the dirt here. And the Grand is here on the side. And it's right at the
Given the roads were very straight, even though they had still a bit of dampness in them, we were going at a good pace.
That's Mount Sterling.
The typical rock formations here in the Grampians, like on the right, have a gentle rise and then a steep drop-off.
So we're back on the dirt. It's part I haven't done before here in the Grampians, so
In this part, you could really see the devastating effects of the bushfires a couple of years back. Like in the morning, we had to contend with a bit of sun glare again. Arriving for what was going to be our last regroup for the day.
Because I tell you what, that frickin' sun, that sun, you sometimes can't see the bloody road.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Like when you look into the sun.
As we crossed Scrubby Creek here, we made our way along the Glenelg River Road up towards Mount Victory Road, which connects Zumsteens to Hall's Gap. And as we were climbing, you got some really great views of the Grampian area. wasn't quite sure what this trucker was doing, but given he stayed on the right, I decided to overtake him on the left. And then we were back on the bitumen on Mount Victory Road, which meant we had some fun going back into Halls Gap. Arriving at the Garrywort Motel, we had a cold drink and then left the bikes behind to have a meal at the local Indian place. A fitful finish to an awesome first day.